Hi, my beautiful Facebook loves. How is everybody today? So I wanted to start with a video vlog update on something going on with law, Supreme Court case, decisions that were handed down this week, and also that could possibly affect Adam's case. And then exercises for you, because going through that made me remember or realize that I was holding on to pent up aggression and anger and emotions that I didn't know were there. And so I wanted to pass along, I need to perform, and I want to pass along exercises to help you guys get through and get over and to work past pent up emotions, anger, aggression that is potentially there around his case, around his sentence, around maybe trial if you're early on it, early into it, around the prison system itself, COs that might be giving you a hard time when you're there, friends and family that are not really being supportive, or anything of the sort. My love, Kat, how are you, sweetie? Thank you so much with the love right away. I was going to interrupt myself right before you joined, or before I saw that you hopped on, to make sure that I'm on the SPWF page, right? I just want to make sure that I'm not on my own personal page, because I need these videos to go where they belong and where the most people will see them, so they can help the majority of our members on SPWF. I don't go on my personal page, so I don't have a lot of followers there. So I want to make sure this gets to the right eyes. So if I'm on the Strong Prison Wives and Families Facebook page, can you just comment? Yes, I am. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so let's interrupt ourselves while we wait for some more people to hop on. I thank God for your words, DC. Oh, Donna, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much, because as much as my words help you, the confirmation back from you to me that they're helping you means the world to me. It makes me feel like I'm on my right track and fulfilling my mission and purpose in life. I am so tongue-tied as always, but confession, I literally pulled in the driveway, walked upstairs, and pulled my hair down from a crazy workout and decided to film now before I got in the shower, because I was like, why am I going to shower, rewash my hair, redo my makeup 6 o'clock at night instead of, or 5, whatever time it is, instead of just doing this, making sure it gets done so you guys could see it, so I could fill you in on what's going on, and then get in the shower and kind of be done and in pajamas and no makeup and relaxing for the rest of the night. Good to hear from you again. Useful info. Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, so let me interrupt myself again and introduce myself for all of the members that are new, that don't know who I am. My name is Ro. I am the founder of SPWF, and I use my many years of experience to help support, encourage, and empower prison wives and family members through their journey, not only throughout the sentence, but well beyond when he comes home. I'm going to help you guys thrive. I'm going to give you life skills to get you through now and to make it so that your relationship thrives during and well beyond the sentence. Loves, I keep glitching and kind of like freezing on my end. How am I doing on yours? Is the technology okay? I just want to make sure that I'm good before I keep going. So somebody give me some. This is my symbol because of old school Periscope. Old school, it's still around. When I used to do the majority of my videos on Periscope, this is how you gave hearts. So if you guys could give me thumbs up, smiley faces, whatever your preferred emoji is, I'm good. I would appreciate that. Thank you. And you guys keep filling. So you guys keep talking to one another. See, I'm freezing on my end, so this is bizarre, but as long as I'm good on yours, I am okay with freezing on my end. I will do my best to answer the comments every once in a while. Yeah, that's what I'm getting on my end too. So I don't know what's going on. And I like to make a different excuse every time. It's just this service in my house. Kat believes that I am on one of those like black holes. Like, and I'm not even making that up. She thinks that it just might be like whatever's under the ground at my house that doesn't allow me to get good connection to my Wi-Fi, as crazy as that sounds. But I think she's onto something, because even when I get the best reception and I'm right next to the router, I still get glitchiness. So we'll just keep going with it. Anyway, so let me give you an update with my case. Again, for you girls that are new, that don't know my specific case or my husband's specific sentence, He's serving a 213-year sentence. I always say when I'm writing that out, that is not a typo. It's not 21. It's not 23. It's 213. And I read out the words. And I don't know when I'm saying it. You're not hearing me wrong. Nobody was killed. Nobody was even hurt. He was sentenced under stacked federal mandatory minimum sentencing laws that, again, were stacked upon one another and created this longer than life crazy sentence that we've been trying to get overturned or trying to get him some relief on for the past 18 years that he's been incarcerated. In the meantime, I developed Strong Prison Wives and Families to help support all of the women who are going through what I've gone through for so many years and to help them avoid those struggles. Now, back in starting last May of 2016, wow, I can't believe it's been a year. Can you guys believe that I've been with me for that long? Can you believe it's been a year since we applied for clemency? Whoa, I just boggled my own mind. So we applied for clemency from President Obama. What that means is we submitted a petition that basically answered a whole bunch of questions stating about Adam's case, his pre-sentencing investigation. It's called PSI. Statements from him, statements from his lawyers, statements from friends and family, basically petitioning, asking, begging for mercy from the president to overturn or give him like a shortened amount of time. President Obama did more than any other president, I think than all of the other presidents put together to alleviate a lot of sentences. But what he did was they would release the list because he promised that he was going to do like 10,000 cases or something like that. And they only got through, I want to say like 2,000 or 3,000. I don't remember the exact statistics at this point. I knew them back then, but honestly, I probably blocked them out because it was the most, it was like torment. It was so stressful. Adam actually says it was more stressful to go through that than it was to go through trial back in the day. Because what they did was they would never tell you when they were going to be released. They would never tell you how many they were going to do. So they would do them. It was around once a month. A couple months there would be 2. And then there would be silence for maybe a couple of months. And then you'd get more. So I was video documenting every single time either a denial list would come out or a granted list would come out on Periscope because I wasn't doing Facebook Live back then. I didn't really know about it. I couldn't get my devices to work. But hey, Anna, hey, Lisa, it was emotional. And I would always turn it into a lesson for you guys. But there were times that I would break down on camera because from day one, I've always told you guys that I need to be real and raw, open and honest with my emotions to help you guys see that I am just as vulnerable as you, that if I can do it and pick up my own pieces, then you can do it too. If I can keep putting one foot in front of the other, then I could do it too. If I just come on here every day and I dish positive talk and give you all the silver linings, which I've become really good at doing for myself and for you guys, but if I don't show you the other side of it and how I hurt too and how I struggle and how I'm just human and I bleed red just like you, then it's not fair and it's gonna present this superhuman, non-relatable person to you. So that said, the Supreme Court, clemency, by the way, the last day we could do it was the day, or the last day that President Obama could do it was the morning of the inauguration before President Trump was sworn in, I believe at noon on January 20th. Well, the last list, which rumors went around, we were told the last list came out the night before, but then there was rumors that said that there might be a list the following morning. But again, every time one of these lists came out, usually the way that it started to go was there was a denial list, and they started to get as big as like 2,000 names. A denial list would come out, and then a couple days later, granted list will come out. So you would scroll, you would get a news article, because I would have Google Alerts set up with every single term you could think of related to clemency. So then the news sources would get it. It would trickle. So then you would have news that a list came out, but then you couldn't get your hands on the list itself of names. So then I would ask all my girls that are my close friends here that are on right now. Kat's one of them. I can't see who else hopped on, but I would call Kat, I would call Joe, I would call Lauren. I would be frantic and like, you guys have to help me find a list. You have to help me find a list of names. And then somebody would find it and then have to either break the news to me or be like, it's here, and send me the link and then send me some positive words, because I would be elated if his name wasn't on the denial list, but then I would be devastated when it wasn't on the granted list. So you see how this turned into like this horrible, horrible emotional roller coaster. Fast forward, obviously he didn't make the granted list. He didn't make the denial list either. So just facts. He received a letter in the mail about a month maybe later that said that his case was closed because of pending litigation, which I will get into in a second. He was pissed because he was like, they could have done that last May when I submitted my application and saved us all of this heartache, saved my family all of those tears, but they didn't. They dragged us through the mud, and then they tried to clean up their own mess because that whole system is broken, which is a topic for another time. But they tried to clean up their mess by going through, because they said that they were going to get through every single one of the, I think, 20,000, maybe more applications, maybe 50,000 that were submitted. They promised that they would get through every one, which they didn't. They got through majority, but I still think that there were like 8,000 left, which I guess is ridiculous. But they were trying to clean up that mess. That's all you need to know. So the reason that they were saying that there was pending litigation, I'm sorry, you guys, I feel like I'm babbling, but I feel like there's so much of a background story to get to the point and the lesson for you guys. So just bear with me. Adam has an appeal open in Philadelphia where his case was out of, that he filed last July-ish, maybe the July before. It's been ongoing for like a year, if not a year and a half, if not 2 years. So this has been for a little while, around a case that came down called U.S. versus Johnson, which could kind of, if you read the law correctly, which I don't do very well, my friends, my attorney friends, Adam, who's very, very good at reading law, explain it to me. So this could kind of overturn 924C cases if read the right way. So they've been sitting on that appeal for this long. In the meantime, we were waiting for clemency. That was shot down because of this appeal here. Because in the clemency rules, regulations, I don't know how to say it, they say if you have open litigation anywhere else, any other avenues to get out, then they will not entertain your petition. Did they break their own rules? Probably thousands of times, but that was the law that they cited, old, kind of outdated law that they cited to deny his petition because of this appeal over here in Philly. Okay, so for about, 6 months, we've been waiting for a case to come through the Supreme Court that would take this discretion to decide on his appeal that they've been sitting on for a year and a half, okay? That would take the decision off of Philadelphia, and if the Supreme Court says, yes, we rule favorably in this case over here, it's called Dimaya, then all of these cases, the 924C cases, and all the appeals that are from all over the nation, from all different people appealing, and each district is ruling differently, this Supreme Court case will change that, and that will kind of, if there's a favorable, it'll be favorable for Adam's appeal. Make sense? I hope. Anyway, that case we've been sitting on that, waiting. Well, I heard, I don't remember from who, maybe Devon from Mercy Me 924C, I cannot remember, but somebody told me months ago that case, I think it was like January, that case should be heard by end of June. Adam's been telling me for months it could come down any day. So end of June's been in the back of my mind, but also any day. Haven't heard anything. Kind of like put it out of my head. Not yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? Adam told me 3 cases were heard and decided on in the Supreme Court yesterday. They're trying to get through the backlog because they go on a break, I guess 4th of July, like right before the 4th of July weekend, and goes through September. It's shut down. Yes, Supreme Court overrules state cases, correct. So she means districts. So each district, okay, the Supreme, in the federal, so it's not like he doesn't have an appeal in Pennsylvania state. He has an appeal in the 3rd district, I think. I don't know, the district that Philly's in. Make sense? So I just don't want to confuse. This has nothing to do with you ladies that are in the state system. I always get questions back. I'm talking about a whole different system. So if you have questions about your specific state and he's in state prison or county jail, you need to go on strongprisonwives.com, go and click on the tab that says forums, find your state forum and ask your question there, because I don't have experience. So women who have experience with your state systems will be able to answer the questions there. But what Lauren commented and what I'm talking about is federal, okay? It's about Adam's case specifically, and I'm doing way too much babbling background story, but I'm trying to explain it so I can get to where I'm feeling today and give this exercise to you. Okay, so 3 cases were decided upon yesterday or the day before. Then one of his friends, Adam was telling me, I think that means that there'll be more this week. So hopefully Dimaya is one of them. Dimaya is the case that could change his. So technically, if ruled on favorably. So then he comes back and he's like, listen, one of my friends got a legal update and they said that there should be more on Thursday. Okay. So then last night I sent him an email and I was like, this week's kind of dragging, but we're already at Wednesday, and that means we only have to get through one more day to find out if Damaya's settled. And so he wrote back the following morning, and he was like, wow, I didn't realize how hung up I am and how much I have invested waiting for this until you said that. And it's funny because you know how you guys, every single one of you that's in my shoes, every single prison wife out there or family member or girlfriend or fiance can relate to me. Things like kind of cross when you email or in letters, or even like before you get a phone call, when you're talking, you're thinking the same thing. Things are always crossing because you're connected on this deep level, right? So as soon as I sent that email, in my head, I was like, shoot, I feel like we're right back to where we were a couple of months ago with Clemency. I feel like I'm chomping at the bit. I feel this anxiety pit in my stomach. I feel like I'm trying to waste days away to get an answer. I feel like I'm almost setting myself up for failure again. I'm so scared to get my hopes up for this case that I'm actually like, as soon as those words came out of my mouth or I hit send on that email, I was like, shoot, I wish there was a recall button on Corlings. I wish I could have taken that email back because I don't want to get trapped in that stress and in that trying to control what we have absolutely no control over, and putting all of my eggs into that basket, all of my hope into that one decision when there are other avenues out there, but it's the one that's right in front of me and what seeming like could be the most attainable at this moment, only to get crushed. I'm so scared to get my hopes up again. I'm so scared after Clemency, after making it to the very bitter end and then getting all of our hopes and dreams. At the moment, we're fine now, but at the moment felt like everything was just crashed and burned and like there was nothing. I went through, my good friends on here can tell you, I went through 3 weeks, maybe close to a month, where I didn't even realize how bad it was, but I was so not myself. I was so down in the dumps. That's right when I had my foot surgery, and I was in the doctor's office one day, the morning after, and tears just started coming out, and I was so embarrassed. I was trying to hide them. The grocery store, the same thing happened. On the treadmill at the gym one day, that happened. Work at my desk, one of my coworkers made a really stupid comment about some stupid work drama in the office, and I was like, some people and I wasn't even involved in it. She was just gossiping. I was like, some people have way bigger problems in their life to worry about work drama. And then it just started to come out. And I periscoped about that too that day because I was embarrassed that I started to cry. But the point is that was a really emotional time for me. And I feel myself getting sucked back there. So Adam and I both didn't realize how much of this is affecting us. And I even sent him an email today. I'm like, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but please. So I'm just going to do the best I can to keep myself balanced. Moving on to you guys, because I always, in my video blogs and when I have something going on in my life, try to pass along a lesson to you for you to take and implement into your own life if you're going through something similar or even not. Whatever you guys can take from this, please do. So when you are going through something and there are some pent up emotions that you don't even know are there, we need to figure out how to work through those. We need to figure out how to release that tension and how to get that anger out. So I'm going to give you guys some exercises. Actually, this is really funny because this happened flipped. last week was, you guys know I'm a beach body coach. So last week I was doing one of Shaun T's. He's the guy that leads Insanity, like the celebrity trainer. Such a cutie. Really awesome workout. So he had it was called Shaun T Week, where he did a free week, a different workout every single day. And in one of the workouts, he said something about, it was like this 2 hops to the side, and then you threw your arms like this. 2 hops the other side, and you threw your arms like this. And he goes, think about what's bothering you. Think about what's pent up on the inside and throw it all away. Think about it as you're jumping and throw it all away. And I actually took a note to pass that along to you guys. And then this happened this week, so it's perfect timing. So I want you guys to think about what is bothering you. Think about those emotions that you have trapped inside. And I want you to physically do this. Take 2 steps. As you're taking those 2 steps to the right, I don't know if it's flipped for you guys, but to me, I am pointing to the right. So do not point out that I do not know my left from my right. I know this makes a little L. But take 2 steps to one side. Think about, while you're stepping, what's bothering you, where the pain is, where you're struggling, where you're angry, who you're angry at. And when you get to that second step, I want you to physically feel yourself. Think about it. You're throwing it all away. You're releasing it. Now take 2 steps to the other side and do it again. And just do that. Repeat it 10 times. Repeat it 20 times. You could even, if you get really passionate and emotional about it, jump. Lauren, no jumping for you. She hurt her knee. Her bad knee. So no jumping for you, but everybody else, if you want to jump and just get that emotion out. I know it sounds crazy. It's going to feel crazy in the moment. It is going to feel amazing afterwards. I promise you, because I was doing it with Shaun Tate. And at first, okay, so you guys know I'm like a little bit woo-woo, but at first I'm like, he's so silly. And then I got really into it. And it works. You want to get that, whatever you're holding on to, you want to get that out. My good friend Kat always quotes Brene Brown, and I hope I don't botch it, but hopefully she's still on here so she can help me if I do. But the quote is something paraphrased, something like, the body keeps score and the body always wins. What that means is the body will always hold on to stress, to emotions that you're keeping inside, and it's going to make you sick. So just get them out. Release it. Another thing you could do, take your trusty pillow and punch at your pillow. Get those emotions out. Think about what's bothering you and just attack your pillow. You can't hurt anybody. You can't hurt a pillow. Do it. Get it out. Release. You could also take your trusty pillow, put your head in there, and scream into it if you need to. But make sure that the screams are really muffled, because you don't want any neighbors calling the police and you don't want to scare your children. But what I'm trying to say is, thank you for the hearts. Keep them coming. I appreciate them. What I'm saying is, you want a physical release of those emotions. What I did every single time that I got a clemency list, I didn't want to do it. I put on my workout clothes. I put on my heart rate monitor. At the time I was working out at Orange Theory. I would drive to the gym, and I didn't want to go. I had cried. But once I got there, once I got through the workout, once I released all of that tension and just let my body get that anger and the sadness and the emotion and the stress out, man, did I feel better. In fact, one time a list came out, I emailed Adam, okay? It usually takes an hour and a half for him to get the message. He got the message. I was in Orange Theory. I was literally opening the door to my car after my class, and he called and he goes, first thing he said, not hello, not hey, are you okay? And I go, yeah, I am. I'm okay. I feel okay. And then I said something like really positive. He's like, where are you? I said, I just left the gym. He goes, that's why. So I'm not saying you guys have to have a crazy strenuous workout like I always do. It's my thing. Could that help? Absolutely, hands down, without a doubt. But that's not your thing. Figure out a way. CKOs are popping up all over the place, which is like a kickboxing type of gym. Look on Groupon. They always have specials where you could do like a few classes, and it comes with like a pair of gloves so you can hit the bags for, I think it's like usually around, in my area at least, $25. I think it's 2 classes, and that comes with gloves. The gloves are usually $25, so that's really what you're paying for. You could try to do that, and it takes walks. Amazing. You could also take a yoga class. So I find yoga to be amazing for like that Zen and all that stuff. There are yoga classes out there that are like strenuous, and between breathing it out and between stretching it out, you're going to release. And when you do a yoga class, usually they give you something to focus on in the beginning of the class, and you could focus on releasing whatever that issue that's bothering you, whatever is causing you stress. You can focus on that. You can look on Groupon for that as well. You can also YouTube it. You can email me and I'll give you a free pass. Me or my friend Sarah. What does she go by on here? Sarah, are you on here? Sarah Y. I don't know if she's on here right now, and I don't know what she goes on. I don't know what she goes on here goes by here on Facebook. I couldn't get that out. So just email me and I'll give you a free 2-week pass for the on-demand workouts where you could do yoga there, or just do it yourself in your backyard. YouTube, on demand, whatever. Okay. Lastly, this isn't physical exercise because some people just can't, or they don't like it and they hate it. So it's like you're just adding more stress to your life. A lot of pray, walk, pray again. Amazing. Perfect. And a lot of people, aside from prayer and meditation, which are amazing, they just write. They just open up a blank sheet of paper and they just start writing and everything comes pouring out. That again, you guys, I said this on my last video, is why we have strongprisonwives.com/blogs. And I specifically worked with the webmaster of our, who does strongprisonwives.com website for us, so that every member can blog individually, and not just me and not just our admin and our volunteers, but every single member that signs up there has her own blog. I did that specifically so you guys can write out your feelings, because every single person that blogs on there has told me how cathartic, therapeutic, how much it helps her to get that stress out, to get her thoughts out, to purge it all, as well as having people be able to comment back and say, hey, I went through that too. Yeah, writing is great too. And a combination of any of these are fine. But the one thing that I want you guys to try, okay, today is that trying to like literally throw it away, release it, release the stress of the day, I'm going to release the stress of waiting for this. That said, if you guys can send me and Adam positive thoughts and prayers for the decision tomorrow, oh my God, we need this so bad. If this happens, this could be our golden ticket and our second chance, because he will have done the equivalent of 20 years, 80% of 20 years. So it's 18 years as of August. It's time for him to come home. It's time for him to come home. So I would appreciate positive thoughts, prayers, whatever your thing is. You put energy out for us, vibes, whatever it is. I would so appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of my loves. I'm going to stick around for like it's 5:51. So at 5:55, I got to go and get in the shower because I'm still sweaty from the gym. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So anybody that has a question, thoughts, wants to share something, doesn't have to be on this topic, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm going to stick around really quick. I'm sorry I babbled so much in the beginning, but I was trying to give you a little background without confusing you, but I probably confused you further. And you're not the only ones, because every time Adam explains this to me in visit, I'm like off in La La Land, and then I come back and I'm like, huh? And he's like, do you need me to start again? He's so patient. Prayers for you and Adam. My husband has served 40 years. Wow, Carolyn. Does he cap out, or is it a life sentence, or how does that work for you guys? Do you have avenues open right now? And for Carolyn, and I don't know your specifics, but for all my life or wives, I always tell you guys, there is always hope. So just know that just because there might not be something open to you today, for the first 12 years of Adam's sentence, there was nothing open to us either. All of his appeals were denied, shut down, the end. You got nothing. And all of this stuff is just starting to open up now. So I want you guys to never lose hope. Adam is housed at FCI McKean in Bradford, Pennsylvania. What else do you guys have for me? Hey, Susie, how are you doing, love? I'm so sorry about your death in your family. So positive thoughts, you guys, and good vibes and prayers to Susie as well, who just recently this week had a death in the family. Life, but still legal attempts being made. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good for you. Never, never, never give up hope. Adam has this quote that he always says, while I breathe, I hope. In other words, the only time he will ever lose hope is when he's dead. He also has this other awesome quote about hope that says, you can live, let's see if I can get this right, because I always screw it up when I'm saying it, and I don't want to screw it up because it's so good. You can live 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 minutes without air, but you cannot live 3 seconds without hope. Thanks so much, and 14 days left until he can call again. Yay! Oh, 2 weeks. See, this last week flew. Last time I spoke to you was 3 weeks, right? Yay. Okay, you guys, we got about a minute. What else do you guys have for me? Did you guys make it to GNI? I'd love to know how it went. I'd love to know, you guys, when you do your release exercises, come back and comment on this video if you're here live. Or if you're catching this on the replay, comment on this video. Yeah, Lauren, sure. Comment on this video and let me know how you released, what you did, how it worked for you, how you were feeling afterwards, and how you plan to incorporate that in the future. So you don't have to answer all of those, but come back and comment and let us know, because these are exercises that you can, like I said in my introduction earlier in this video, I'm here to help you through this now. I'm here to give you tools that have helped me, that have helped all my friends, that have helped guys on the inside that they've shared with me, that have helped gurus that I've studied and have worked with, not related to this life, that have helped them, like exercises that are actually proven to work. I'm here to share them with you for the duration of the time you're doing this, but well after that you could do with him and survive the rest of your life thriving and putting this in the rearview mirror. I didn't make it, but I'm going to try next month. Yes, it was about a week ago, I think. See? 5 more years. Yes, Melissa. Awesome. How many behind you? So I have this friend who taught me, she's like, you don't look at how much time is in front of you, you look at how much time is behind you. In other words, how strong you were and how far you've come. You are 5 years amazing. I don't want to say that's gonna fly, because I feel like that's disrespecting your struggle. But I think back to 5 years ago and I'm like, man, I feel like that was yesterday. 3.5. Okay, so you're very close to halfway. Good. Like I said earlier, I was like, oh my God, it's been a year since Clemency. It feels like it's been 3 days. Not really. I mean, thank God that one's going really far in the review because that was rough. But I can't believe it's been a year. It feels like it's been like 4 months. 12 years. Yay. You guys are amazing. And you are so much stronger than you know or give yourself credit for. So we'll leave you with that. I will be back next week. If you guys have any requests, questions, comments, anything that you want, topics you want me to talk about on a future video, just let me know. strongprisonwives@gmail.com, and I will see you guys on the next one. Keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. Bye, guys.